From the campus of Chabot College in Hayward, California, you are looking at a CCCAA football matchup tonight between College of the Sequoias, coming up from Visalia, California, about 209 miles southeast of Hayward. They are in town to take on the Chabot College Gladiators. Chabot looking in at a 0-1 record, trying to get their first win of the season, going up against the Giants of the College of the Sequoias, coming in at 1-0. Philip Kern here on the call. Glad you're able to join us tonight on NorCal Sports TV. It's our pleasure to bring you this broadcast tonight. An unseasonably warm September evening as we are transitioning from summer to fall, at least we thought at first, but it's been reaching in the mid-90s for the last few days. It is turning into a beautiful night nonetheless. You probably see the shadows kind of creeping in over the press box area, and we are ready for some football here in Hayward, California tonight. For the Chabot College Gladiators, as we mentioned, they are starting at 0-1. They are coming off a 5-5 season from just a season ago. Third year under head coach Eric Fanene, and they got off to a bit of a rocky start against Shasta, losing their season opener 26-3. The offense had a hard time getting going, putting only 3 points on the board. When I had a chance to talk to Coach Fanene about that matchup, he said a lot of the issues came from their special teams breakdowns, and he was really looking at reshuffling a lot of the lineup as far as the special teams goes in order to get that shored up for today, but also Chabot dealing with a lot of injuries, especially on the offensive side of the ball. In fact, he was even unsure as to who would be starting at both running back and receiver, so it's going to be a little bit of a mystery leading up to kickoff. However, they do return their quarterback from a season ago, Chase Akaka, so you can probably expect him to shoulder a lot of the load on offense as they will be looking to get their first win of the season. You're looking right now at the result of the coin toss. The College of the Sequoias has won the toss. They've elected to receive, and so we will see their offense first. Meanwhile, we turn our attention to College of the Sequoias. They came off a overtime victory against Feather River by a final of 30-24, large part in thanks to their starting quarterback. Of course, I am talking about Gus Villarreal. What a performance he had in leading College of the Sequoias to victory, 24 of 38 for 374 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception, not to mention the fact that he had a couple of receivers that really stood out in that matchup. Sergio Pena and Bryson Allen will definitely be keeping an eye on them as the evening rolls along. Pena with 106 yards on 6 catches and a touchdown. Bryson Allen with 126 yards on 4 catches with a touchdown as well. College of the Sequoias loves to throw the ball around. They threw it 38 times last week, so expect them to do more of the same. For the Chabot College defense, they're opportunity for them will be to look at how the secondary will perform. They usually come out in a standard 4-2-5 base defense, and their secondary will really be put to the test against a quarterback that has really availed himself well for this College of the Sequoias team that is coming off a 2-8 campaign just in 2018, but they are already halfway to their win total from a season ago, and they would love to have a very pleasant bus ride back to Visalia with a 2-0 record. Chabot College, however, would love to get their first win on the board and would love to do that in their home opener this evening. Chabot wearing their home blacks with the yellow numbers. College of the Sequoias in their road white uniforms, blue numbers and orange outline. Kicking off will be Alejandro Cervantes, the freshman for Chabot. Back to return this one for College of the Sequoias, Jalen Oliver and Coleman Jones. There is a kick, bit of a line drive going from right to left. Jones fields it at the 6 and brings it out towards the far sideline. Cuts across to the 20. He's got some space to the 30, to the 35, and is tackled out of bounds near his own sideline. Good coverage there on the Chabot special teams unit. Tackle being made by C.J. Crowell, but Coleman Jones with a good start. He takes it up the far sideline. It'll be a 1st and 10 for College of the Sequoias at their own 35-yard line. So our first look at the College of the Sequoias offense. They go by the Giants, of course. It is Villarreal in the shotgun. Villarreal with the handoff. It's going to be a halfback pass, and he is hit as he threw. It is incomplete. So College of the Sequoias trying a little bit of trickery there as they had 2 quarterbacks back in the backfield. That was Jaden Pineda. Tried to make that throw, so it is incomplete. So 2nd and 10. College of the Sequoias trying a little bit of a trick play there, but good pursuit there by the Chabot College defense. Make it 2nd down and 10. We'll stay at the 35-yard line for College of the Sequoias at the left hash mark. Only about 13 seconds in. Giants going with a 4 wide receiver set. Villarreal in the shotgun. Takes the snap, chest high. Fakes the handoff. Going to go towards the far sideline. It is a diving catch. And that is a completion to Sergio Pena, who we talked about in the lead up to this kickoff, and actually going to mark that as incomplete, so this will be 3rd and 10, as Pena was not quite able to corral that one off the turf. One matchup we're definitely going to be looking at is how Dario Wells, who had a standout performance last week, is going to handle his cornerback duties on this defense. 3rd and 10 now with 4 wide out, 3 to Villarreal's right. So he takes the snap, looks to his left, steps up in the pocket. He's got some room. He's going to take it to the 40, to the 45. More than enough for a first down as he gets beyond midfield to the Chabot 48-yard line. So a good scamper there by quarterback Gus Villarreal for a first down for College of the Sequoias. So after a trick play that didn't go so well and an incompletion to Pena on the far sideline, College of the Sequoias now at a 1st and 10 at the Chabot 48. Going to go 2 wide receivers on each side to Villarreal. Devontae Green is in the backfield. Snap goes over Villarreal's head. He is able to corral it. Still continues to look downfield. And it's picked off by Avani Bailey, the starting nickelback. And he's trying to take it to the other way. And it's going to be tackled by Devontae Green inside the 20-yard line. And how about Avani Bailey stepping up and picking that one off from Gus Villarreal? There is a penalty flag on the field, however, but a good start for the Chabot defense. However, scratch all of that off. That is a roughing the passer call against Chabot. So that interception by Bailey is going to be wiped off the record books there. And College of the Sequoias may have caught a little bit of a break, as that would have set Chabot up in excellent field position for their opening drive on offense. So first penalty of the night on Chabot, and that is a rough one. You'll pardon the pun there because it was roughing the passer. So College of the Sequoias catches a break there. They will get another first down as a result and move the chains up deeper into Chabot territory to the 33-yard line. I'll tell you what, Gus Villarreal has to be breathing a sigh of relief after that pickoff there. Just about a minute into action here in Hayward. No score between these two teams. 3 wide to Villarreal's right as he's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hand off to Green, trying to go outside right tackle. Met immediately by a crew of Chabot defenders. And that was Nick Villamaona, who was able to corral him in the backfield. So good pursuit there by the freshman defensive end. Now officially marked that as a 1-yard loss, so it becomes 2nd and 11 from the Chabot 34. Ball's towards the left hash mark for this Giants offense. 4 wide in this formation once again. It'll be Pena and Matthew Munoz to Villarreal's right. Actually, to his left, rather. Takes a snap, 2nd and 11. Hand off to Jones. Actually, to Green, trying to take it around the left tackle side and met once again by Villamaona. And that's a loss once again on that play, so pushing back a little bit further. And so officially no gain on that play. This will be 3rd and 11. It'll stay at the Chabot 34-yard line. Chabot defense availing itself well so far. And they're going to empty backfield this time. Villarreal in the shotgun, 5 wide. He takes the snap, looks to his left. He's feeling the pressure. He evades it to his right. Goes up the hashes to the 25. He gets hit as he slides. The hit was being brought by Marlon Torrance. And based on the marking there, it looks that Villarreal is about a yard short. So Villarreal getting things done with his legs as opposed to his arm. So a 12-yard scamper there. It becomes 4th and 1. And the offense for College of the Sequoias stays on the field to go for it. You can see the hit there by Torrance at the end. Villarreal back in the shotgun. Takes the snap on 4th and 1. The blitz is coming. Steps up. He gets the first down to the 20, to the 15, to the hash mark to the 10. Flag comes in right at the end as Tyrone Simmons comes up for the tackle. As of right now, it's another first down for College of the Sequoias as we await the call. While we have a moment, here's our officiating crew. Our referee is Justin Bigler. Umpire is Mike Morris. Head linesman is Larry McInerney. Linesman is Damon Jones. Side judge is Sean George. Field judge is Nick Pontecorvo. And our back judge is Mike Fowler. So a penalty goes against College of the Sequoias. Looked to have been a hold. So it remains now 4th down and now becomes 4th and 11. Back to the 34-yard line. Devontae Green is in the backfield with Gus Villarreal. 4 wide on this formation. A little bit of a confusion here, so that will prompt head coach. Actually, I'll prompt Gus Villarreal to call a timeout there. First timeout used by either side. 12:10 remaining here in this first quarter. And this broadcast of Chabot football is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Go Gladiators. Also brought to you by American Asphalt. American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms, locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp, overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls, coming summer 2020 to Sonora, California. Go to www.norcalsportstv.com/camp for more details. As we return to action, it's now 4th and 10 for College of the Sequoias. They will go for it from the Chabot 33-yard line. 4 wide in this formation for Villarreal. He's got Green back with him in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to his left. Scrambles to his left and cannot evade the pressure. It's Nick Vaimoana who comes through with the sack. It is a turnover on downs, and the Chabot defense comes through in a big way. And now we'll get our first chance to see the Chabot offense take the field for the first time this evening. You can see on this replay here, really dialing up the pressure, and Villarreal just stepped right into Vaimoana's waiting arms. One of the first sacks of the early season there. And Chabot takes over at their own 40-yard line. Here is Chase Akaka, who we were talking about earlier in the broadcast. Play action, looking to his left. Almost picked off there, and a good read there by Bobby Peel, who was on the coverage there. It is incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10. For Chabot College. Bobby Peel is a 2018 All-League returnee from a season ago. He had 5 interceptions on that campaign. And actually, College of the Sequoias had 3 All-League selections on their defense from a season ago. 2nd and 10. Play action once again. Pass batted at the line of scrimmage. It is incomplete. Akaka hits the turf as well. As Marcus Moran, the freshman linebacker, comes in and applies the pressure off the edge. It's now 3rd and 10 already for Chabot's offense. One guy you want to watch for is Gennario Crankfield. He's been injured for some of the week, but he looks to be a full go. 3rd and 10. A little bit of movement from the Giants defense. Akaka steps up to his right, evades a couple of tackles. He gets to the 50 for a first down and more. 45-40. Akaka to the 30. He's turning the corner to the 20, to the 10, and is tackled inside the 10-yard line. Good pursuit there by Armani Denweed, but Chase Akaka making a play with his legs. Big first down for Chabot as they're in the College of the Sequoias red zone for the first time tonight. So 1st and goal now. It'll be at the 7-yard line from what we can tell. Actually going to look at it as the 1st and 10. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Akaka back in the shotgun. Crankfield in motion. Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be inside the 5-yard line, and that is the first carry of the night by Joseph Broussard, the sophomore running back. Gets to the 5-yard line, so gain of 5 there for Broussard, and it looks to be that he will be carrying the mail here for Chabot. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for Chabot. Crankfield in motion. They hand it to him on the fly sweep. Gets to the far corner, cuts inside, and he is cut down right around the 1-yard line. So gain of 4 on that carry for Crankfield. Look to be moving pretty good so far as we have a College of the Sequoias player who's a little slow to get up. He seems to be okay, and that's Bobby Peel, who had to take a second or two to get up, but he seems to be all right. Now sets up a 3rd and goal for Chabot. But actually there was a penalty flag that didn't really see at first, and they're pointing at Shabo as the penalty markers against them. So what was going to be a 3rd and goal at the 1, they will back them up to the 19-yard line. So that was a spot foul there. So remains 2nd and goal. Instead, it will be at the College of the Sequoias 19-yard line. 4 wide receivers out in this one. Kyrie Harris and Gennaro Crankfield in the slot there for Shabo. Swing pass out to Broussard. He cannot hold on to it. It's incomplete. It does stop the clock with 10:42 left to go. So 3rd and goal now at the College of the Sequoias 19-yard line. Big play to set this whole thing up was the big scramble by Chase Akaka. Went about 50 yards on that scamper. Akaka takes the snap. Play action to Broussard. Swing pass to Crankfield. Cuts back into the 15. Good tackle there by Anthony Cervantes from the backfield there as Crankfield makes the catch. Gets him back inside the 15-yard line, but not enough for a first down. So the field goal unit will come out for Shabo for the first time tonight. Akaka will hold for Alejandro Cervantes. That's going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt from the left hash mark for the left-footed Cervantes. Snap is away. The kick is up. It's got the height, and it's got the distance, and it is good. And so Cervantes has put Shabo on the board here. An early 3-0 edge with 10:07 left to go here in the first quarter. Except you have to think that as close as they got, you may have had a missed opportunity there. You can see the scramble by Akaka, and look at him have the presence of mind to point his blockers in the right direction. And there's that athletic ability that makes Akaka so dangerous. Without that play, Shabo, you can really argue, doesn't get on the scoreboard. So both quarterbacks so far making big plays with their legs. Right now, Shabo is the one who gets on the scoreboard first. It has to be a much better start for Shabo and for head coach Eric Fanene. Wanted them to really establish their identity with the run game, especially with all the injuries they've had at receiver and running back, understandably so. So Cervantes will line this one up. Send this one away from the 35-yard line. A bit of a shallower kick this time around. And it's going to be to the up man at the 30-yard line. Fairly good return, all things considered, there for College of the Sequoias. And that was Nyseem Heckenden who fielded that kick. He gets it to the 36-yard line, and that is where College of the Sequoias will take over on offense for the second time. So 1st and 10 for College of the Sequoias at their own 37-yard line. They go back to their 4 wide receiver spread formation. Keep an eye on Coleman Jones. He's at the top of your screen at the left side of the formation. Villarreal in the shotgun. And a handoff. It's actually a keeper to Villarreal this time. Gets to the 41-yard line. So gain of 4 on that one to get things going. Turns into a 2nd and 6 for College of the Sequoias' second possession of the evening. On the first one, they had a turnover on downs despite getting into Shabo territory. And so now trailing 3-0, they would love to try to take the lead here. 4 wide receivers out on this one. Jalen Oliver in the slot to the left for College of the Sequoias. Villarreal takes the snap. Dumps it off to Green in the backfield. Gets across back to the 40-yard line. And to the 44 before being tackled out of bounds at the College of the Sequoias sideline. That was Marlon Torrance once again making the tackle at the far sideline. Does stop the clock, but good handful of yards there on the screen play to Devontae Green. 3rd down now coming up for College of the Sequoias. Ball on the left hash mark at their own 44. You do need to get to the 47-yard line to keep this drive alive. By no means are they in field goal territory whatsoever. 2 backs in the backfield with Villarreal. Big 3rd down here on this possession. Handoff once again and tackled in the backfield. Absolutely nowhere to go. And how about Tyrone Simmons coming up from the backfield to make that tackle on Miguel Wharton. He was in the backfield there with Villarreal, and out comes the punt team for a College of the Sequoias. So a 3-and-out for Chabot's defense, and they are looking very strong here in the outset. Coming up on 8.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Gennaro Crankfield back to return this punt. It will come off the leg of Omar Mesa. First punt of the evening here for College of the Sequoias. He takes the snap. Mesa with a bit of a shallow kick. It lands at the 35-yard line, but takes a good roll. And it looks like College of Sequoia is claiming that they have it. Might have gone off a Chabot player's foot. That was Armani Denweed who fell on it, but it appears that the officials will say, nope, it is Chabot ball. And that will be at the 27-yard line as the offense will take over. And now Chabot's offense comes out on the field with 8:13 left here in the first quarter as they maintain a 3-0 lead. Their defense has held strong through the first two times they've been on the field. Now back comes Chase Akaka and this Gladiator offense. Two wide receivers to Akaka's right. They have a H-back in this formation here. Bit of a play action, and the pass is batted at the line of scrimmage. It is incomplete, intended for a Crankfield. So the pass game not quite getting its footing as of yet here in the early going. Now becomes 2nd and 10 for Chabot. They have the ball at their own 27-yard line. They will stay in this somewhat spread out formation here. Akaka is still back in the shotgun. Two wide to his right. Akaka with the roll out. Looking downfield, directing traffic, and he's trying to avoid the pressure. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Gets out of bounds at the 35-yard line, so made something out of nothing there. A gain of 8 on that scramble by Akaka. So it makes it a 3rd and 2. Clock stops at 8 minutes left here in the first quarter. And they're going to mark it at the Chabot 33-yard line for what we can tell. So they need to get to the 37 here for a first down. And we got some movement on the line of scrimmage here as the flags come out. And it looks to be a false start on the offense, and that is indeed the call. There was some movement on the right side of the Chabot offensive line. They move it back to the Chabot 27-yard line, the original line of scrimmage, so it goes back to a 3rd and 10. 7:37 to go here in the first quarter. Akaka in the shotgun, two wide to his left. It's a play action. Goes over the middle, complete to Crankfield to the 40, and he gets enough for the first down, and looks to be a very healthy game there as Crankfield is looking very strong despite battling injuries all week. Mark it at the 42-yard line, so a gain of 15 on that completion there. Actually, a gain of 14. They move back to the 41. Nevertheless, 1st and 10 now for Chabot. They'll try to make this a 2-score game here. 7:20 to go as they lead 3-0. Akaka with the snap. Broussard around right tackle. Tried to break through one tackle, but could not get through another. And that was Jamari Rouse at the right side of the defense there. Tackle them at the line of scrimmage. They do give Broussard forward progress, but that's about as far as he'll get. And so it makes it 2nd and 10 at their own 41 for Chabot. So it's a loss of 1 there, so it becomes 2nd and 11. Akaka rolls to his left on the snap. Feels the pressure, and he will go to the 45-yard line. Flag comes out as he gets to the 48-yard line. So this looks to be a gain of 8 as of right now, but this is pending the penalty. And they are picking up the flags. So that scamper there will stand for Shabo. Now becomes a 3rd and manageable here. Need to get to the Giants' 49-yard line in order to get a first down. 3rd and 4 now for Shabo. At the 47-yard line here. Kaka with the snap out of the shotgun. Looks to his right. He's got a man downfield, far sideline. He's got it in the clear, and it's going to be a touchdown for Shabo. Holy Toledo, what a play on that one. 52-yard touchdown score as Akaka finds Allen Riggins on the far sideline, and Shabo stretches it to a 2-score game. First touchdown pass of the night for Chase Akaka, and it's now 9-0 Shabo. I'll tell you that one, he rainbowed that one beautifully. Riggins was all in the clear. Now the extra point coming up for Alejandro Cervantes to make this a 10-0 game. Here is the snap to Akaka. The kick from Cervantes is up, and it is through the uprights. And so it's 6:24 left to go here in the first quarter. Shabo has now jumped out to a 2-score lead. They now lead 10-0 over College of the Sequoias. Let's take a look at that touchdown pass from Akaka here. Just lifted that one out. Riggins had the coverage beat. He was in a bit of a foot race towards the end, and it was a valiant effort there by Noah Buchers in the secondary, but he could not quite catch Riggins there at the end. And that is Shabo's first touchdown of the season. In case you joined us late, we were talking about how their offense had a very hard time getting anything going. They only got 3 points on Shasta just last week. And so right now you have to be very, very pleased with all phases of the game. The defense has looked very good. The offense, of course, moving the ball a little bit better. And so some good improvements being marked here on this first home game of the season. So a 10-0 lead for Shabo. Cervantes is ready to send this one away. Oliver and Jones back to return this one for College of the Sequoias. Cervantes lines up this kick. Looks like it's going to be Oliver this time at the 11-yard line, and he will bring this one up. Gets to the 20 along the hashes. Oliver's trying to turn the corner to the 30. Gets to the 40 and is knocked out of bounds at the 41. So special teams is doing some good work here for College of the Sequoias. A couple of nice kick returns here to give their offense a little bit of a shorter field. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for College of the Sequoias at their own 41-yard line. No points on either of their opening possessions here, so they are looking to get on the board before the first quarter ends. Already starting to slip away from them here. It's a 2-score game. Villarreal in the backfield, and it's actually going to be their backup quarterback. It's going to be Jaden Pineda who takes the direct snap. Was lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage, if that. Ran right up the middle against the stout defensive tackles Alex Lopetti and Jeremiah Famore. And they're going to give the tackles on that one to Lopetti and Nainoa Keahi. So a 2-yard gain there by Pineda. So 2nd and 8 coming up for College of the Sequoias. Pineda remains in the game here. And the shotgun takes the snap. Pineda stepping up. Dumps it off in the flat to Manos. And it's inside the 45-yard line and maybe tries to get a little bit more forward there. And he's going to be officially marked at the 47-yard line in front of the Shabo bench there. So looks to be a 4-yard pass when all said and done. So that now becomes a 3rd and 5 for the Giants. 5:08 left here in the first quarter. Ball lined up at the right hash mark as Pineda is still taking the snaps right now. 5 wide here in the setup. Pineda in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to his left, feels the pressure, tries to step up, goes back to the 45-yard line, crosses the 50, and is knocked out of bounds into the Chabot sideline. but based on the marking, he may have enough for a first down as he is at the Chabot 48-yard line, and they do give him the forward progress, so this will be enough to move the chains. Another first down for College of the Sequoias. So which leaves you to wonder what the health status is on Gus Villarreal, as he has not been in on this entire series. So lining up 4 wide receivers to the left here for College of the Sequoias. Looks to be a little bit of confusion here as Marc Jean-Louis is throwing up his hands. He is a little bit frustrated. This is going to force head coach Joe D'Agostino to call a timeout. 4:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Chabot defense off to a solid start, but College of the Sequoias is moving down the field just a bit. This broadcast of Chabot football, of course, is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Chabot College Athletics, go Gladiators. By American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO, who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp, overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls coming summer 2020 to Sonora, California. Go to www.norcalsportstv.com/camp for more details. Coming out of the timeout here for College of the Sequoias, a 1st and 10 at the Chabot 48-yard line at the right hash mark as they trail 10-0 to Chabot. Braden Pineda back in the game. Takes the direct snap and goes absolutely nowhere as Kiahi met him right at the line of scrimmage. With a forward progress, they maybe gain 1 yard if that, but as of nothing else. This now becomes a 2nd and 10 for College of the Sequoias. So maybe gain about half a yard at that, but it remains 2nd and 10, still at the Chabot 48-yard line. 4 wide receivers out on this one. Devontae Green back in the backfield with Pineda. Pineda takes the snap, looks to his left. Good pressure there by the D-line, and he gets the throw off. It is complete to the far sideline. It's a first down by Sergio Pena to the 31-yard line of Chabot. 17-yard completion there by Pineda. Looking to Pena's way. He is the top receiver for this Giants offense. And they will remain in a no-huddle. 1st and 10 now at the Chabot 31. Pineda trying to hurry everybody up back to the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. And there is a whistle. And a timeout being called by head coach Eric Fanene. So the first timeout being used by the Chabot College Gladiators. 3:19 left to go here in this first quarter as they still hold to a 10-0 lead. Now, in case you are just joining us, Jaden Pineda has been taking the snaps here all series after Gus Villarreal was the starting quarterback. And after 2 series, he has not been seen here on the field. So trying to get a better idea as to what prompted the quarterback change. So as we return back to action, 1st and 10 now at the Chabot 31-yard line. Pineda takes the snap, looks to his right. It is in and out of the hand, and it's into the hands of Dario Wells. An interception for Chabot, and it's a flag at the end. And Wells is still up. He takes it back with him. More penalty flags come out, and he is going back into Chabot, back to his College of the Sequoias territory. And Wells with the interception, a big one at that. After the ball went out of the hands of Tyrese Temple, one of the receivers for College of the Sequoias, but flags all over the place here in Hayward. So we're going to have to try to make sense of it all here and see whose ball it ends up being. As of right now, it does stand to be Chabot's possession. You can see our officiating crew is trying to make sense of all the yellow laundry that's out there, because after the Wells interception, a whole lot of chaos was taking place. But once again, another big stop for Chabot's defense if this does stand. And let's see what the call is. It looks like a sideline infraction on Chabot. And actually, the official wording is illegal aiding of the runner, so that is the signal there from our referee, Justin Bigler. So Chabot will get credit for the interception. We'll get a quick look here as Chabot's offense takes the field. It was batted at the line of scrimmage, actually went off of Temple's hands. It went right into Daryl Wells' hands. Say, hey, look what I found here. There you can probably see the aiding of the runner. And it's at the Chabot 27-yard line as they take over. 1st and 10 now for the Gladiator offense, as their defense once again coming through with a big turnover there. 3 wide look here as Broussard is now in the backfield with Akaka. You move Emerson Freeman, the H-back in motion. Hand off to Broussard in between the tackles of the 35. Good run there on the start for Joseph Broussard, as he is going to be counted on to carry the load here for Chabot at the start. And Chabot on that run, they're going to get a 1st down. They do give him forward progress to the 37. So Joseph Broussard is very much impressing us here so far in the early going. 2:49 left to go here in the first. Chabot up 10-0, looking to make this potentially a 3-score game before halftime, or before the end of the quarter, rather. 3 wide once again. The snap goes to Akaka's right, and this could be a very bad turnover. College of the Sequoias jumps on it. It is a turnover once again for the Giants. And that is Marcus Moran who comes up with the ball. A bad snap to Akaka, and College of the Sequoias has it right back where they want it.
33 recovered. Yard line, Chabot 30, so he fumbled the ball.
Let's look at the replay here and see what happened. Looked to be an errant snap, and it went right to Akaka. Went off of Broussard's foot, and Moran was there in the backfield to pick it up. And so the ball is now at the Chabot 32-yard line, so a big opportunity here for College of the Sequoias to get some points on the board. Villarreal is back in the game now. Takes the snap, looks to his right. It's a completion in between the hashes to the 21-yard line, and he finds Bryson Allen, one of his top receivers on the season, gets to the 21-yard line. So an 11-yard gain makes it a 1st down for College of the Sequoias as we come up on 2:26 left here in the first quarter. Another 1st down here for College of the Sequoias. 5 wide in this look. Villarreal looks to his left, and we have whistles for stoppage of play. And now we're back to action here. Villarreal steps up in the pocket, goes to his left, gets to the 20, to the 10. He slides right into the Chabot red zone. It's going to be another 1st down. They will move the chains. And Villarreal once again making plays with his legs. And this is going to be a goal-to-go situation for College of the Sequoias. 1:59 left here in the first quarter. Actually, they're going to mark him a yard short. So it's going to be 2nd and 1. Still, nonetheless, Gus Villarreal showing some great pocket presence here in the early going. 5 wide receivers out on this one. 3 to the right of Villarreal. Pena is in the slot to the left. It's a low snap to Villarreal. Feels the pressure, lobs it to the end zone, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver, and that was a missed opportunity there. Marc Jean-Louis, the freshman, was right there in the end zone to make the play. He could not do so. It is incomplete. Second, it's going to be 3rd and 1 now for College of the Sequoias, and potentially a missed opportunity for points for the Giants, as you can probably see Jean-Louis sitting right there at the end, wondering what could have been. 3rd and 1 now for College of the Sequoias. Green in the backfield with Villarreal. They give the handoff to Green as he plunges his way up the middle. And based on the forward progress, it's not going to be enough. So a no gain on that play. 4th and 1 for College of the Sequoias. Ball at the 14-yard line there for the offense here. They are into the Shabo red zone. They started this one out at Shabo's 32, so they really want to come away with points here, preferably a trip to the end zone. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here is Villarreal in the backfield with Green. And we have whistles as the snap comes through. And I think we're going to have a timeout called once again by College of the Sequoias. This has got to be a frustrating first half for head coach Joe DiAgostino. He's had to use all 3 of his timeouts in the course of the first quarter, so that could be very interesting as we head towards the second quarter. So 54.9 seconds to go. You have College of the Sequoias up at the Shabo 14-yard line. Essentially a 4th and a very long 1-yard line. The offense did take the field at first, but now with everything going on, it's now going to be Dominic Hernandez who will try to salvage some points off of this drive. Jaden Pineda will be the holder for the Giants. Hernandez on the season 1 for 3 on field goals, his longest from 25 yards out. This one's going to be from 31 if he's able to make it. It's in between the hashes here. Here is the snap. The kick is up. It's got the distance and does not have the accuracy. It is wide left. No good on that kick. And so Hernandez's struggles from field goals continue. He's now 1 for 4 on the season. And the Chabot defense comes through with another stop. And so Chabot College will take over at their own 20-yard line. Akaka back out in the shotgun with 4 wide on this formation here. He's got a different running back in the backfield with him. It's going to be a handoff to the right side of the formation. And that was Isaiah Nehemiah McGlown who takes the handoff there. No gain on that play, so remains 2nd and 10 for Chabot College. Kaka in the shotgun once again. McGlown is with him in the backfield. 3 wide on this look. Actually, 4 wide on this look. Crankfield is in the slot to Akaka's left. Takes the snap. It's a play action. They will dish it out back to the 20 in the flat. And maybe 3 yards at most on that one. So that was Chris Washington, the sophomore running back who took the pass out in the flat. So they will call that a 4 yard. We'll call that a 4-yard gain. So 3rd and 6 coming up here for Chabot at their own 24-yard line. And that is how the first quarter of play will end. So after 1 quarter of play, Chabot's defense looking very strong here at the outset as they hold to a 10-0 lead over College of the Sequoias from Visalia, California. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the second quarter of action from Hayward, California, right here on NorCal Sports TV. Ready to begin the second quarter of action here in Hayward. Akaka takes the snap on a 3rd and 6, looking downfield, rolling to his right, and in and out of the hands of Crankfield. That would have been a first down and then some. You can look at Bobby Peel noting the incompletion on that pass with the arm stretched out there. So a 4th down coming up here for Shabo, and Chase Akaka will pump this one away. Back to return this one will be the aforementioned Bobby Peel. We've said his name a couple of times tonight on defense. And Shabo, after that big defensive stand there, weren't able to do much with it. Here is the snap. Akaka punts this one away. It's a good punt. Peel fields it at the 37. Dances around the tackler and not able to get much further than that. Had to shook away a couple of tacklers there, but you got to give a lot of credit on that special teams coverage to Jakari Ward. He stuck with him until he went down. A flag comes in at the end of that play, however, and so we will see what the penalty is. We're getting a look here as the officiating crew is sorting out the penalties here, and it looks to be against Shabo. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Shabo. And so even despite losing a couple of yards on that punt return, College of the Sequoias is going to get some very favorable field position at that. So that personal foul will actually push College of the Sequoias into Shabo territory. It's going to be a 1st and 10 from the Shabo 47. So what a start this is going to be for this Giants offense that badly needs some points, as they've been stifled every time they've been on the field so far. And so officially they finally settled on the Shabo 48-yard line for the official spot. So this will be 1st and 10 now for the Giants offense. 14:40 left here in the second quarter. In case you're just joining us, welcome to NorCal Sports TV. Philip Kern here, ready to bring you the action here from Hayward as the shadows have almost entirely enveloped the whole field of play here tonight. Villarreal takes the snap right around his knees, feels the pressure, dumped off to Green. It is incomplete. He was not able to corral the screen pass. Probably see him slapping his own helmet in frustration. He knew he had an opportunity to make some yardage out of that one, but it falls harmlessly to the turf instead, and so now it becomes 2nd and 10. Now becomes 2nd and 10 as the Giants get to the line of scrimmage here. Ball's on the right hash mark. Actually closest to their sideline here. 2 backs in the backfield. Hand off to Green this time, and he is absolutely swallowed up. He goes absolutely nowhere. And you got to credit Avani Bailey and Ty Wynn coming in from the secondary to provide some run support there for Shabo. And looks to have lost yardage on that play as well. That turns into a loss of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now for College of the Sequoias right from the 50. 3 wide, actually 4 wide in this formation, 2 to each of Villarreal's side. Takes the snap from the shotgun, rolls to his right, now looks back to his left. Tries to make some plays with his legs and can't really do much. He goes back to the line of scrimmage where they originally were for a gain of 2 if that, but a flag comes in after the play is over. Someone come in towards the College of the Sequoia sideline. And a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on College of the Sequoias. So even after that 2-yard run by Villarreal, this will push him back quite a ways. And so with the dead ball foul, This will be a punt coming up here as Omar Mesa is summoned back for another bit of work. And Gennaro Crankfield is back to return this one for Chabot. Mesa's already had one punt tonight. This will be his second one. And the Chabot defense once again does its job. 13:52 left here in the second quarter. And ball placed on the right hash mark, closest to the College of the Sequoias sideline. Here's the snap to Mesa, sends this one away. It's a shallow kick. Bounces at the 31-yard line, and it's going to take a little bit of a Giants roll. And it will be down at the 26-yard line where Chabot's offense takes over. So they'll officially mark this at the 27-yard line for Chabot as their offense comes back onto the field. And so now it is 1st and 10 for Chabot as the ball's on the left hash mark for them. 3 wide on this one. Harris, the H-back, is in this formation as well. Turn around and hand it off to Broussard and just ran right into a wall. That was known as Noah Wright, who is anchoring that interior of the defense. Ends up being a loss of yards on that play, and it goes right back to the 24-yard line. So a loss of 3 on that one for Broussard. It's now 2nd and 13 for Chabot. 13-12 and counting here in the second quarter. They move Crankfield in motion, and he takes it on the fly sweep. Gets around the left corner, gets to the 30, swings around to the 35-yard line, and is tackled out of bounds near the Chabot sideline. And Crankfield showing some good burst on that fly sweep as we have a timeout being called. And that is Bobby Peel, who once again is a little slow getting up, but they will mark the ball at the 39-yard line, and that's going to be more than enough for a first down. So good run there by Crankfield on the fly sweep. 1st and 10 now from their own 39 for Chabot. Just as a reminder, Chabot still has 2 timeouts left in this first half. College of the Sequoias has none. Kaka with the snap. Fakes it to Broussard, and that fooled absolutely nobody. Jeremiah Russell coming in on the blitz. He gets credited for the sack, and Akaka had no chance after that fake. Fooled nobody. And so on that loss, it pushes them back to the 34-yard line. They need to get to their own 49 for a first down, so we'll call that a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 coming up for Chabot. Ball back on the right hash mark here. 3 wide on this formation. As Columbus Lewis wide right on this formation. Handoff is going to be a keeper this time to Akaka. And once again, the College of the Sequoias defense was more than ready for that one. Anthony Cervantes providing run support from the secondary. And it looks to be no gain on that one from that mark. So it remains 3rd down and just becomes 15 yards as no gain on that play for Akaka. Four wide this time for Chabot. Broussard in the backfield with Akaka. 11:08 and counting. Akaka takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket to Crankfield at the 35. Tries to spin around a tackler, and that was absolutely not going to happen. Corleone Peters makes the stop there at the 35-yard line. Nowhere close for a first down. And the punt team comes out on the field for Chabot. So it's time for the College of the Sequoias defense to get a little bit of love here as made a nice stop here on that 3rd down. Akaka is back to punt. And Dupree Hughes is the deep man on this return as this Akaka punt takes a very bad bounce here. And this is going to be very favorable for College of the Sequoias as they will take over at their own 48-yard line. And so the Akaka punt takes a very unfortunate bounce for them. As with 10:18 left here in the first half, College of the Sequoias is desperately looking for a way to get on the scoreboard. And another penalty flag on the field. This one came a little bit late after the punt had been downed. So let's see what the official call is. And it looks to be a hold on College of the Sequoias. So it looks to be a hold while the punt was being fielded. So this will back them up to their own 38-yard line. So still somewhat favorable field position, although not quite as much as they thought initially. And so it's now 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line for College of the Sequoias. Villarreal steps up. He is facing a little bit of trouble, and he has to slide right in front. Oh, the Shabo defender, 1-yard gain on that one. That was Chris Bacos, who was ready to lay a licking on him, but Villarreal thought better of it. 1-yard gain on that scamper. We're at 9:58 left here in this first half. College of the Sequoias trailing 10-0 to Shabo. And Shabo's defense looking a lot better. Has to be music to head coach Eric Fenene's ears. 2nd and 9 now from their own 39-yard line for the Giants. Villarreal takes the snap, looks to his left. It's completion to Pena at the 45 near the Chabot sideline to the 50. More than enough for a first down. He gets to Chabot territory as he's tackled at the 47. And that was Nick Vaimoana who had to come over to make the stop. So another first down here for College of the Sequoias as they're back into Chabot territory at the 48. Lining up with 4 wide receivers this time here as Villarreal's got Green in the backfield with him. He moves Jean-Louis in motion. Villarreal takes the snap from the shotgun. Steps up in the pocket and right into the arms of the defensive tackle, Lopetti, who puts him back to the 45-yard line. So the protection absolutely collapses for the Giants, and Lopetti comes through with another sack. And it's going to be back to the 46-yard line for the Giants, back on their own side of the field. Actually, check, that'll be the 47. So it'll be a 2nd and 15 coming up here for College of the Sequoias. 5 wide on this one. Empty backfield here for the Giants. Villarreal, the snap. Pressure is coming. Looks over the middle of the field. In and out of the hands of Pena. Intercepted by Chabot. And that's going to be another turnover here for the Gladiators. And guess who? That was Jacasey Duro who comes through with the interception. And Duro will take it to the 45-yard line of College of the Sequoias, and so a short field to work with for this Chabot offense, and that is the 2nd interception for this defense tonight. So they've been looking very, very good. So now the Gladiator offense takes over, 1st and 10 at the Giants' 45. Akaka back in the pistol this time. They sent Crankfield in motion. Here's a play action. Akaka looking deep initially, trying to roll around to keep this play alive. He's going to take it himself across the 45 to the 40 to the far sideline where he's met by a whole bunch of College of the Sequoias defenders. And they mark him down at the 36-yard line, so gain of 9 on that one after all said and done. 2nd and 1 now for Chabot. Akaka back in the pistol once again. Here is Harris in the H backfield there. And the screen pass to Crankfield. It's across the 35-yard line. Pushes his way through to the 33. And that's going to be enough for another first down as the clock stops with 7:37 to go. And the tackle being made by Israel Garcia for College of the Sequoias, but not before the chains move once again. So another first down for Shabo. 7:29 to go. It's Shabo leading 10-0. Looking to make this a 3-score game here in the first half. Send Harris in motion from right to left. And early movement on the Shabo offensive line, and that's going to be a false start. So back them up 5 yards after that one. So they're at the College of the Sequoias 43-yard line, 1st and 15. As the clock continues to roll here. Shabo again looking to make this a 3-score game here as they currently lead 10-0. And more movement on the Shabo offensive line as the flags come flying in. This is going to be another false start. So a 1st and 10 now turns into a 1st and 20. And that's going to be back to the College of the Sequoias 43-yard line, which is almost where this possession began to begin with. Akaka back in the pistol. Harris moving in motion from right to left. And another flag for early movement. And this has got to be very frustrating for head coach Eric Fernandez. A 3rd consecutive false start penalty on Shabo. And now with those 3 penalties in a row, and now goes back to the 48-yard line, which is a little bit further back than where this possession started. And now we've got a 1st and 25 coming up here. Akaka in the pistol. Takes the snap, look to his left initially. He's going to step up in the pocket. Cuts around, this time around the 45-yard line. Made a couple of good moves there, but Jeremiah Russell wasn't fooled as he makes the tackle to 44. So after all that, a gain of 4 yards at that one. So this now becomes a 2nd and 21. And 6:18 left to go here in this first half. Really, the big storyline has to be the Shabo College Gladiators defense. 2 interceptions already and really doing a great job keeping this College of the Sequoias offense off the scoreboard. Second and 21 now. Akaka in the pistol. Takes the handoff to McGlown. Goes over the middle. Complete to Crankfield at the 35-yard line. So it's a 13-yard. Actually, this will be an 8-yard gain there. Beg your pardon. And now this is going to be to the Sequoias 34-yard line. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 11 coming up here for the Gladiators. 5:26 and counting here in the first half. 3 wide in this formation with the H-back. Akaka drops back once again, looking to his left. He's going for the end zone. This time he's got a man, and he's there. Touchdown, Chabot College. 34-yard touchdown strike to the receiver, Tanner Wright, who had the coverage beat. 2nd touchdown of the night for Akaka. And now it's 16-0 Shabo. Now we get the extra point lined up here. Cervantes is ready to try to boot this one through. Akaka is on the hold. Capono Duarte is the long snapper. Here is the snap. The kick is on the way, and it is good. And so now Shabo has stretched this to a 3-score game, 17-0 with 5:11 left to go. And let's take a look at that touchdown pass there from Akaka to Tanner Wright. Play action there. Wright had the coverage beat by at least a couple of steps. And Akaka rainbowed that one in there beautifully and actually beat Bobby Peel on the coverage, which isn't exactly easy to do. And so for Akaka, that is 2 touchdown passes on the night. It's really the first two touchdowns for Shabo all season long. They're really helping their defense out, which has looked so strong here in this first half of play. And it does seem like that the Shabo offense is looking more and more to head coach Fenene's liking. Now we await the kickoff here. Oliver and Jones back to return this one for Sequoias. And this kick from Cervantes goes into the end zone for a touchback. And so 1st and 10 now for College of the Sequoias at their own 25-yard line. After the touchback from Cervantes. Villarreal takes the snap once again, looking deep this time. He's got a man beat. Oh, what a throw. And it was nearly brought in by Bryson Allen. A flag comes in at the end on the coverage, however. But one of the rare times we've actually seen Sequoias try to actually throw the ball downfield. But Chabo's defensive line has done such a fine job with bringing around the pressure. Hasn't really had much of an opportunity to even look downfield. Let's see what that call is. It is pass interference on Shabo. And so College of the Sequoias gets to move up a little bit with that first down as a result. So 5:06 left in this first half. This Giants offense has been stifled right from the opening kick. They would love to head into halftime with at least some points to their credit. Four wide in this formation here for the Giants. Villarreal has the snap, drops back. He's rolling to his right towards the sideline, and he'll have to get himself out of bounds at the 41, 42-yard line. And they'll officially give him 2 yards with forward progress, it looks like. And so that will indeed be a 2-yard run here for Villarreal. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Clock stops at 4:45 remaining. And one thing to keep in mind is College of the Sequoias has no timeouts. They used them all in the first quarter. Empty backfield here for Sequoias. Here's the snap to Villarreal going deep towards the right side, and it's incomplete. Intended for Allen, and that was Dario Wells with the coverage on that far side. So the clock stops once again, 4:26 remaining, 3rd and 8 coming up for College of the Sequoias as they are continuing to struggle to try to put points up on this board here. Third and 8 now for Sequoias. Villarreal drops back, cannot get the pass away. It is a sack. And how about that pressure there from Nainoa Keahi, who applied the pressure, and it looked to be Apakasi Faleme who came through on the end. So that might be a combined sack on that one. But once again, the Chabot College defense is really putting the screws to this Giants offense right now. And so Mesa is back out to punt once again. Crankfield back to return this one for Chabot. We're within 4 minutes left here of halftime. And here is the punt from Mesa. It's going to go towards the Giants sideline, and it's going to be out of bounds, and probably not the best punt for Mesa. And we're going to take a look at where they mark this one officially. It's going to be at the 40-yard line for Shabo starting out. And so now for the Gladiators, a big opportunity here as they're already up by 3 scores. And now have a chance to make this a 4-score game going into halftime. And keep in mind, Shabo's going to get the opening kickoff of the second half. So really a big opportunity for Shabo to put a vice-like grip on this one here at the early outset. Akaka back out there for the offense in a pistol formation, 3 wide with. And we got a timeout being called by Shabo, it looks like. And it is the case here as they're the only team with any timeouts as of left. So 1 timeout remaining here for Shabo. 3:39 left here in the first half as they hold to a 17-0 lead over College of the Sequoias. This broadcast of Chabot football is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Go Gladiators. By American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms, locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp. Overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls coming summer 2020 to Sonora, California. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp for more details. Coming out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for Chabot at their own 40-yard line. Ball lined up at the left hash mark here. 3 wide in this formation. Broussard in the backfield with Akaka. And it's going to be to Crankfield in the flat at the 41-yard line and doesn't get much further. Good tackle there by Cervantes from the secondary position. It's going to be a gain of 2 on that one for Crankfield. So now it becomes 2nd and 8 coming up for Chabot. 3:20 and counting here in the first half. Keep an eye on Tanner Wright. He's at the top of your screen, wide left in this formation. He did get one of the touchdowns from Akaka earlier in this half. Here is the snap. Hand up the middle to Broussard. And doesn't get very far on that. Good tackle there by Corleone Peters. Peters was a National Division Valley League selection back a season ago. He is hard to miss there on that field. He has a lot of beef on him. No gain on that run by Broussard. Sets up 3rd and 8 for Chabot College. Cocking out in the shotgun. Takes a snap. It's a rollout to his left. Running into a little bit of trouble there. And Akaka looking to direct traffic. Looking to go deep this time for Riggins and overshot him just a bit. Got to give credit to Buchers there on the coverage as well as he stayed with Riggins step for step down the field. And now becomes 4th down and 8. A big stop there for the Giants defense with 2:19 left here in the second quarter. And so Akaka is back to punt this one away. Japri Hughes is back to return this one for College of the Sequoias. Bit of an awkward snap there. Akaka able to get this punt away. Hughes will let this one bounce to him right to the 25-yard line. And is tackled out of bounds at the 33 near the Chabot bench. And so 2:10 remaining here in the first half. And the Giants defense comes through with a stop. And now they have an opportunity with 2:10 left here in the first half to put some points on the board before halftime. Sequoia's offense takes the field. 3 wide receivers to Villarreal's right, or to his left rather. Takes the snap, looks to his left, steps up in the pocket to the 35, and that's about as far as he will get. Bit of a close call there as Nayami Politani was trying to make the tackle there. It's going to be a gain of 2 officially on that scamper by Villarreal. So 2nd and 8 coming up, 1:47 and counting here in the first half. College of the Sequoias have no timeouts remaining after using them up in the first quarter. Villarreal takes the snap, sets up in the pocket, steps up, looks over the middle, and it's complete to Allen. Actually, that's Jean-Louis into Chabot territory. Takes a couple of tacklers with him to the 39-yard line. That was Lopetti who tracked him down in between the hashes. And that was Marc Jean-Louis with the catch going into Chabot territory. 1st and 10 from the 39. Back to the line of scrimmage they go in the no huddle. Villarreal takes the snap, looks to his left once again. Can't escape the pressure. It's another sack. This time Jeremiah Famore coming through at the line of scrimmage and brings him down. And that's another big sack right there. And College of the Sequoias cannot stop the clock. 1:06 and counting. 7-yard loss on that one puts him back to the 45. Down to the final minute of play here in the first half. And a timeout called by Shabo, and that's the final timeout for them this half. So neither team with any timeouts as of left with 53 seconds to go here in this first half. We've talked about it a couple of times. You do want to stay put for our post-game show. We will have our FitPro GO player of the game. And already for Shabo, you can look at a couple of candidates that they've got. Chase Akaka with a couple of touchdown passes already. But really, though, as a whole, the Chabot defense has been so good from start to finish. And really, you can make a case for a lot of different guys here. Dario Wells could make a case. He's got an interception tonight. Jacasey Durow has an interception as well. And really, this whole defensive line has done quite well, too. Lopetti's been in the mix. He has 1 sack already. Nainona Keahi has a sack as well. Even Jeremiah Famore's got a sack, too. And even Nick Vaimoana. I mean, really, the whole defensive line has been quite excellent here in this first half. So back to action here. 2nd and 16 for College of the Sequoias. Villarreal with the snap. Steps up. He's going to go deep towards the end zone this time. This could be a little bit of an issue, and it is. It's an interception for Chabot. Najee rushing, picks it off in the end zone, and gets across to the 40, to the 50, tackled near the Chabot sideline at the 45-yard line. The 3rd interception for Chabot tonight. Najee rushing comes through with a pick. So Najee rushing with the interception in the end zone. And takes it back out 55 yards, and Chabot's got a short field to work with. 35.9 seconds to go at the College of the Sequoia 45. So the Chabot defense once again coming through with some takeaways here. Keeping that Giants offense off the scoreboard. And now Akaka back out on the field in this pistol formation. Keep in mind that neither team has any timeouts as of right now. 1st and 10 from the Sequoia 45-yard line. Akaka takes the snap. Steps up. He's got to try to go out of bounds. At least he will. Very close to maybe a late hit towards the end there. As Jamari Rouse tracked him down towards the Chabot sideline. Ends up being a loss of 2 for Akaka, but he played it smartly getting out of bounds. It's actually going to be 2nd and 13 coming up for Chabot. A loss of 3 on that run by Akaka, but he had to get himself out of bounds regardless. 30 seconds remaining here in this first half. 4 wide in this formation. McGlown in the backfield now with Akaka. Snap play action. Here comes the pressure. Akaka evades it, rolling to his left. Looking for the big play down the field, and it is intercepted and returned by College of the Sequoias, and that's Bobby Peel taking it back out the other way to the 25-yard line. Flags come out towards the end zone, so we'll see what happens there, but a big interception there by the Giants defense. There's 2 flags there at the end zone there, but Peel with a big interception in the end zone. And take a look how that play transpired. There you see Akaka evading the pressure, directing traffic once again, going for it all. And it looked to be a bit of an underthrow there as Peel was right there waiting for it. You see towards the end there, a bit of a hard hit on the block by one of these Sequoia defenders. And so they're crediting the tackle to Chris Washington for Shabo. But after those couple of flags, it basically wipes out the interception return. And so 14.5 seconds to go here in this first half. And College of the Sequoias is starting at their own 1-yard line after all that.
So the foul was at the goal line behind the interception. So yes, it's basically at the 1-foot line.
First and 10 now for the Giants. Here is a handoff to Green going right into the teeth of that Chabot defense. Gets across the 5-yard line. And they're going to officially mark him down at the 7. With the clock rolling down to 2 seconds left. And that is how this first half will end. And so a solid start here for the Chabot College Gladiators. Their defense coming through with some big plays here. 3 interceptions all in the first half. They've kept this Giants offense off the scoreboard, and at halftime, Chabot College leading College of the Sequoias by a score of 17-0. We will be back here in Hayward for a little bit of halftime. We will have an interview with head coach Eric Fanene. We'll get his thoughts on the first half and get you ready for the second half of play from Hayward, California. Don't go away. More to come on NorCal Sports TV in just a few minutes. Big play down the field, and it is intercepted and returned by College of the Sequoias, and that's Bobby Peel taking it back for Shabo. Najee rushing, picks it off in the end zone, and gets across to the 40, to the 50, tag 9. Back to the line of scrimmage, they go in the no huddle. Villarreal takes the snap, looks to his left once again, can't escape the pressure. That's up in the pocket, steps up, looks over the middle, and it's complete to Allen. Actually, that's Jean-Louis into Chabot territory. Takes a couple of tackles. 3rd and 8 now for Sequoias. Villarreal drops back, cannot get the pass. Oh, 3 wide in this formation with the H-back. Akaka drops back once again, looking to his left. He's going for the end zone. This time he's got a man, and he's there. Touchdown. Pressure is coming, looks over the middle of the field. In and out of the hands of Pena, intercepted by Chabot. And that's going to be another turnover. He moves Jean-Louis in motion. Villarreal takes the snap from the shotgun. Steps up in the pocket and right into the arms of the defense line for the Giants. Villarreal takes the snap, looks to his left. It's completion to Pena at the 45 near the Chabot sideline. To the 50, more than enough. Sequoias has none. Kaka with the snap. Fakes it to Broussard, and that fooled Apps. Move Crankfield in motion, and he takes it on the fly sweep. Gets around the left corner, gets to the 30, swings around to the 35-yard line, and is tackled at this one. Harris, the H-back, is in this formation as well. Turn around and hand it off to Broussard, and just ran left. It's a low snap to Villarreal. Feels the pressure, lodges the end zone, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver, and that. And now we're back to action here. Villarreal steps up in the pocket, goes to his left, gets to the 20, to the 10. He slides. Points on the board. Villarreal is back in the game now. Takes the snap, looks to his right. It's a completion in between the hashes. Halftime. Or before the end of the quarter, rather. 3 wide once again. The snap goes to Akaka's right, and this could be a very bad. Emerson Freeman, the H-back in motion. Hand off to Broussard in between the tackles of the 35. Good run there on the start for Joseph. And Wells is still up. He takes it back with him. More penalty flags come out, and he is going back into Chabot, back to his College of the Sequoia. Both 31-yard line. Pineda takes the snap, looks to his right. It is in and out of the hand, and it's into the hands of Dario Wells. Pineda takes the snap, looks to his left. Good pressure there by the D-line, and he gets the throw off. It is complete to the far sideline. It's a first shotgun. Looks to his right. He's got a man downfield, far sideline. He's got it in the clear, and it's going to be a touchdown. Left on the snap. Feels the pressure, and he will go to the 45-yard line. Flag comes out. As he gets to the 48-yard, 7:37 to go here in the first quarter. Akaka in the shotgun, 2 wide to his left. It's the play action. Goes over the middle, complete to Crankfield to the 40, and he goes from the 10-yard line. Akaka back in the shotgun. Crankfield in motion. Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be inside. Evades a couple of tackles. He gets to the 50 for a first down and more. 45-40. Akaka to the 30. He's turning the corner to the 20, to the 10, and his tackle formation for Villarreal. He's got Greenback with him in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to his left. Scrambles to his left and cannot evade the pressure. It's back in the shotgun. Takes the snap on 4th and 1. The blitz is coming. Steps up. He gets the first down to the 20, to the 15, to the hash mark, to the 10. Flag comes in the shotgun, 5 wide. He takes the snap, looks to his left. He's feeling the pressure. Evades it to his right. Goes up the hashes to the 25. He gets hit. Matthew Manoz to Villarreal's right. Actually, to his left, rather. Takes the snap, 2nd 11. Handoff to Jones. Actually to Green's head. He is able to corral it. Still continues to look downfield. And it's picked off by Avani Bailey, the starting nickelback. And he's trying to take it to the other. 4 wide out. 3 to Villarreal's right. He takes the snap, looks to his left, steps up in the pocket. He's got some room. He's going to take it to the 40, to the 45. More than enough for it. Villarreal with the handoff. It's going to be a halfback pass, and he is hit as he threw. It is big play down the field, and it is intercepted and returned by College of the Sequoias, and that's Bobby Peel taking it back for Chabot. Najee rushing, picks it off in the end zone, and gets across to the 40, to the 50, tag 9. Back to the line of scrimmage, they go in the no huddle. Villarreal takes the snap, looks to his left once again, can't escape the pressure. That's up in the pocket, steps up. Looks over the middle, and it's complete to Allen. Actually, that's Jean-Louis into Chabot territory. Takes a couple of tackles. Third and 8 now for Sequoias. Villarreal drops back, cannot get the pass. Oh, 3 wide in this formation with the H-back. Akaka drops back once again, looking to his left. He's going for the end zone. This time he's got a man, and he's there. Touchdown. Pressure is coming, looks over the middle of the field. In and out of the hands of Pena, intercepted by Shabo. And that's going to be another turnover. He moves Jean-Louis in motion. Villarreal takes the snap from the shotgun. Steps up in the pocket and right into the arms of the defense line for the Giants. Villarreal takes the snap, looks to his left. It's completion to Pena at the 45 near the Chabot sideline. To the 50, more than enough. Sequoias has none. Kaka with the snap. Fakes it to Broussard, and that fooled Apps. Move Crankfield in motion, and he takes it on the fly sweep. Gets around the left corner, gets to the 30. Swings around to the 35-yard line, and is tackled at this one. Harris, the H-back, is in this formation as well. Turn around and hand it off to Broussard, and just ran left. It's a low snap to Villarreal. Feels the pressure, lobs it to the end zone, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver, and now we're back to action here. Villarreal steps up in the pocket, goes to his left, gets to the 20, to the 10. He slides. Points on the board. Villarreal is back in the game now. Takes the snap, looks to his right. It's a completion in between the hashes. Halftime. Or before the end of the quarter, rather. 3 wide once again. The snap goes to Akaka's right, and this could be a very bad. Emerson Freeman, the H-back in motion. Hand off to Broussard in between the tackles of the 35. Good run there on the start for Joseph. And Wells is still up. He takes it back with him. More penalty flags come out. And he is going back into Chabot, back to his college of the Sequoia. Both 31-yard line. Pineda takes the snap. Looks to his right. It is in and out of the hand. And it's into the hands of Dario Wells. Pineda takes the snap. Looks to his left. Good pressure there by the D-line, and he gets the throw off. It is complete to the far sideline. It's a first shotgun. Looks to his right. He's got a man downfield, far sideline. He's got it in the clear, and it's going to be a touchdown. Left on the snap. Feels the pressure, and he will go to the 45-yard line. Flag comes out. As he gets to the 48-yard, 7:37 to go here in the first quarter. Akaka in the shotgun, 2 wide to his left. It's the play action. Goes over the middle, complete to Crankfield to the 40, and he goes from the 10-yard line. Akaka back in the shotgun. Crankfield in motion. Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be inside. Evades a couple of tackles. He gets to the 50 for a first down and more. 45-40. Akaka to the 30. He's turning the corner to the 20, to the 10, and his tackle formation for Villarreal. He's got Green back with him in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to his left. Scrambles to his left and cannot evade the pressure. It's back in the shotgun. Takes the snap on 4th and 1. The blitz is coming. Steps up. He gets the first down to the 20, to the 15, to the hash mark, to the 10. Flag comes in the shotgun, 5 wide. He takes the snap, looks to his left. He's feeling the pressure. He evades it to his right. Goes up the hashes to the 25. He gets hit. Matthew Manoz to Villarreal's right. Actually, to his left, rather. Takes the snap, 2nd 11. Handoff to Jones. Actually to Green's head. He is able to corral it. Still continues to look downfield. And it's picked off by Avani Bailey, the starting nickelback. And he's trying to take it to the other. 4 wide out. 3 to Villarreal's right. He takes the snap, looks to his left, steps up in the pocket. He's got some room. He's going to take it to the 40, to the 45. More than enough for it. Villarreal with the handoff. It's going to be a halfback pass, and he is hit as he threw. It is Welcome back to Chabot College in Hayward, California. Getting you ready for the second half of action between Chabot and College of the Sequoias. Chabot coming in with a 17-0 lead as we kick off here in the third quarter. Chabot getting ready to receive the second half kickoff. We weren't able to get head coach Eric Fernandes for a halftime interview. Hopefully we can corral him for a couple of minutes for a post game if the opportunity avails itself. Kickoff away by College of the Sequoias. It's going to be fielded by Chabot. That is Crankfield on the return across the 25 to the 30. Crankfield got some speed to the 40 to the 50, and he is tackled near the Chabot sideline. A good return there by Crankfield. Remember, on the return, there are a couple of flags on the field, so the return went about to midfield, but unfortunately it doesn't get much further. This flag looks like it's going to push him back a bit. And it is a hold on Chabot, so unfortunately the hold on the return and a personal foul looked like a chop block, so two penalties on Chabot just on that kick return. So what looked to be a positive return by Crankfield gets pushed back quite a bit, and so Chabot is going to start at its own 15-yard line instead.
So he gets to 30, so he gets 22 on the return and then 15 yards penalty down because of the drag back or whatever the exception was.
And so it'll now be 1st and 10 for Chabot at the 15-yard line. They send Washington in motion. It's going to be a design QB run by Akaka. And gets to the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 21. So a 6-yard gain on that run by Akaka to get things going here for Chabot in the second half. Defense was very stout in the first half, creating 3 takeaways, 3 interceptions off of quarterback Gus Villarreal. And so now 2nd and 5 coming up here for Chabot. Washington once again in motion, takes the handoff on the end around, gets across the 20. Washington with some good speed, getting to the 25. Stepped out of bound around there, and I think based on the forward progress, it might be enough for a first down, but I'm actually going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 24, so that'll be a yard short of the first down. Washington being utilized in that slot role there. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Chabot, and Akaka takes the snap. He will fall forward. And plays seem to come to a sudden stop. I'm not sure if there was a penalty flag on there after all that, but just seemed like Akaka would fall forward, and play just came to a sudden stop. So it looks to be a little confusion as to what's going on exactly. So there was a flag on the play, but they do pick it up. And they do move it forward to the 27-yard line, so count that as a first down for Chabot. And so it will now be 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. So Akaka went up the middle for 2 yards, and that gains a first down for Chabot. And now it looks like we're going to have another conversation with our officials, trying to sort out what is going on here. And so now play resumes, 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Kaka back in the pistol. Drops back. It's a screen to Broussard. Shakes off a tackle there. Gets to the 35-yard line, and some tough running there by Joseph Broussard. able to shake off the tackle by Garcia at the near sideline. A good run there for 8 yards. Broussard's done a nice job filling in as the starting running back with all the injuries going on here to Chabot. And Broussard takes the handoff up the middle to the 40, more than enough for a first down. Broussard running with some anger on that sequence there. Tackle made by Issa Carr. And it's now another first down as Chabot is at their own 44-yard line. Akaka takes the snap to Broussard once again to the 50. Look at all that speed by Broussard as he gets to the College of the Sequoias side of the field, down to the 45-yard line. Tackle made by Bukers, and it's another first down for Chabot. Going with the no-huddle approach here by Chabot. It's the opening possession of the second half, 2 minutes in. Here is the screen out in the flat, and that was to Washington, but he could not corral it. It's incomplete. And so with that stoppage, it'll now be 2nd and 10. And so we're going to have a substitution here as Broussard heads to the bench. McGlown will check in. He will be in the backfield with Akaka in this pistol formation. Tanner Wright is wide to the left on here with this 4-wide set. Akaka with the snap, feels the pressure coming, rolls to his left, directing traffic. He finds Tanner Wright at the 20. He's got him! Right to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Chabot College! 45-yard strike from Akaka to Wright, the second time they've connected tonight, and Chabot has blown this game wide open. 23-0 extra point coming up here for the Gladiators. And take a look at that replay there. Akaka keeping the drive alive, and Tanner Wright had the coverage beat all the way to the near sideline, and beautifully done there by Akaka. Here's the snap for the extra point. Cervantes boots it up. It is good. A flag in the process, though, however. So we will get to see what that sequence entails. The extra point is good, so it will be offsides against College of the Sequoias. They will decline the penalty. And so 12:40 left. Chabot right back to where they started. They score on this opening drive. It's now 24-0 over College of the Sequoias. Here's the play once again. You can see Akaka rolls to his left, finding Wright as he just went right with him, and it was a good route adjustment there by Tanner Wright, his second touchdown catch of the night. And so both Chase Akaka and Tanner Wright are both making their cases for the FitPro GO player of the game. We'll definitely have that answer for you on who that will be. We'll hope to snag an interview with them as part of our postgame festivities. And so Cervantes is ready to send this one away. It's going to be Oliver and Jones back to return this one for College of the Sequoias. Here is Cervantes with the kick. It's a low line drive, and it's going to be Oliver at the 9-yard line. And he could not corral that one as it went in and out of his hands. He fell on that one, so College of the Sequoias will start at their own 10-yard line. So it continues to be a bit of tough sledding here for our College of the Sequoias. They have turned the ball over 3 times. Haven't had much going here against the Chabot defense. To be fair, College of the Sequoias have had their own fair share of opportunities. Villarreal back in the shotgun with Green with him. And they get the handoff right there to Green. Going around right tackle to the 14-yard line, and that is where he will be stopped. That Chabot defense showing some great pursuit, especially in that back 7. 4-yard gain on that one. Turns it into 2nd and 6 for College of the Sequoias. after that 4-yard gain by Devontae Green. Tried to take that run around right tackle. Here's Villarreal once again. Takes the snap from the shotgun, steps up in the pocket, tries to find Green out on that release route to the far sideline. It is incomplete. And that was Bailey on the coverage there as he bumps fists with his safety, Ty Wynn. And so with that incompletion, it becomes 3rd and 6. Ball's at the 14-yard line for College of the Sequoias. Actually marked at the 15-yard line, so 3rd and 5. Three wide to the right of Villarreal in this formation on this very crucial 3rd and 5. Villarreal bobbles the snap. And the knee was down, and we have a Shabo player that is a bit slow getting up, unfortunately. And it looks like Alex Lopetti, the starting defensive tackle, is a bit slow to get up. And so on that bobbled snap, Villarreal's knee hit the turf. And so we'll have a stoppage in play. We will take a break for a moment while the training staff attends to defensive tackle Alex Lopetti. We will have more from Hayward, California. Shabo leading College of the Sequoias 24-0 here on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome you back to Hayward, California, as unfortunately we had a injury stoppage in play. Alex Lopetti, the starting defensive tackle for Shabo, had to be carted off the field. Looked to be a leg injury of some sort. We hope that he is okay, of course, but Shabo team that's already struggling enough with injuries, they now add another one to the list. So with 4th down here, it's a punt for Mesa. He punts this one out of his own end zone. Crankfield back to return, but we'll let this one bounce. It takes a favorable Shabo bounce as it will be fielded at the 39-yard line, and so Shabo continues to roll here as our defense gets another stop. As it was another 3 and out for the College of the Sequoias offense. And so the official marking will be at the 39-yard line of College of the Sequoias. That's where Shabo's offense will take over. However, there was a penalty flag that was thrown. Offsides against Shabo, and so it looks like it will remain fourth down, and College of the Sequoias will just have to re-kick. And so this time, instead of punting it deep in his own end zone, Mesa will just have to punt it right from the goal line. Crankfield back at the 45-yard line to return this punt for Chabot. Here is the snap. It kind of rainbows in. Mesa gets the punt away. Crankfield to his right. It bounces at the 45-yard line. He will let this one roll. A little bit of a better result this time here. So the Chabot penalty is a bit more favorable for College of the Sequoias, at least on that punt. And so now Chabot will have to start at their own 45-yard line. Roll to the 45, but official marking is the 48.
I think they called a second touch. So it goes to the most favorable touch spot.
So Chabot's offense now takes the field, 1st and 10 at their own 48 on the right hash mark here, 24-0 advantage. 11:20 left here in the third. McGlown takes the handoff up the middle, tries to go to the left side of the line and gets to the 50. And so it's a 2-yard gain for McGlown. We haven't really seen him a whole lot tonight, but have to give a lot of credit to tonight's starting running back. Of course, that being Joseph Broussard. He's done a nice job tonight filling in on spot duty. So that 2-yard gain makes it 2nd and 8 now for Chabot as they are doing some clock management here, running this play clock down. It's at about 10 seconds currently. 3 wide in this formation. Tanner right to the left of this formation. Akaka with the design handoff to himself. Gets to the 40. Slides in to the far sideline. It is another first down as he slid right in front of the starting cornerback, Bobby Peel. But he does get to the Sequoias 40-yard line, and it is another first down for Chabot. As Chase Akaka continuing to make a strong case for a player of the game honors postgame. Of course, his teammate Tanner Wright, who he's connected with twice for touchdowns, also making a good case as well. 1st and 10 now at the 40. McGlown takes the handoff around left tackle to the 30-yard line, gets spun around. Continues to fight forward for some extra yardage as that was Peel who was trying to hang on to him for dear life, but McGlown had his knee down at the 30, so a 10-yard gain for Chabot. As McGlown getting a lot of carry here in the second half. At least starting out as Chabot's offense continues to roll. 1st and 10 now at the College of the Sequoias 30-yard line. Crankfield in the slot to the right. Riggins is wide right here. Wright is on the left side. Handoff once again to McGlown off left tackle. And about 2 yards on that run to the left side. And so now that will be a 2-yard gain for 2nd and 8. You're going to keep your eye on Armand Powell over there. He's the left tackle over there for Chabot. Looks like he was trying to stretch out a leg muscle there. He hopes to be all right. 2nd and 8 for the Sequoias 28-yard line. Akaka rolls out. A pass to his H-back to the 25-yard line. That was Emerson Freeman. And rolled forward to the 24-yard line. So a gain of, let's say, 5 yards on that one. So this will be a 3rd and 3 coming up. Coming up on 8:20 left here in the third. Chabot looking to make this a 5-scorer game here and really put this out of reach here for Sequoias. Over the middle, complete to Harris to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Shabo. 24 yards out, Akaka finds Kyrie Harris streaking down the middle between the seams, and that's Akaka's 4th touchdown pass of the night, and Shabo has really blown this game wide open now. 30-0, 8:08 to go here in the third. And so 30-0 here for Shabo. Here is the snap. The extra point is up. It's on the way, and it is good. And so this home opener for the Chabot College Gladiators couldn't have gone any better. It's the way they've scripted it out here. 31-0 advantage over College of the Sequoias with 8:08 remaining here in the third. Sure to bring a big smile to the face of head coach Eric Fanene. As they will prepare to kick this one away back to College of the Sequoias, who had to be very frustrated to say the least. You can see the replay there on the play action as Harris just got free on the release there, lining up in that H-back spot, and really there was nobody around to cover him. Here is Cervantes getting ready to boot this one away. Kick is a big, solid one. It's going to go into the hands of Oliver there at the 4-yard line, and he's going to bring this one out. Inside the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's actually Coleman Jones, I beg your pardon, there on the return. And so the quest for points continues for College of the Sequoias. As mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they made the 209-mile drive to Hayward tonight from their campus of Visalia. As of right now, as it stands, with 8:02 left here in the third. It's probably going to be a very long bus ride back. 1st and 10 now for the Giants. Villarreal with the snap. Handoff to Green. Tries to go around right tackle. Gets inside the 25-yard line and is brought down to the 29. And the tackle made by Chris Bakos, the starting linebacker. So a gain of 5 there makes it 2nd and 5. Villarreal back in the shotgun once again, going to Green, this time to the left side. Gets across the 35-yard line, dives forward to the 40, and was officially marked down at the 41-yard line. The tackle officially credited to Torrance there at the corner position, but enough to move the chains there for the College of the Sequoias. It's another first down. 7:20 and counting left here in the third. Sequoias going back with that no-huddle approach. Once again, going to Green to the left side of the line, and not much doing there for the all-league running back from a season ago. It's officially a gain of 2 on that play, so mark it as a 2nd and 8 coming up for College of the Sequoias. 6:53 and counting on this one. As the Giants trying desperately to get on the scoreboard here. 3 wide to Villarreal's left. In the backfield with Green. Villarreal takes the snap, looks to his left. Looking down the field this time. It is incomplete. Good coverage there by Torrance, as he was saying step for step with Bryson Allen. So now the clock stops at 6:39 remaining here in the third. Again, good coverage there by Torrance. I'm calling his name a few times. Really got to give a lot of credit to this whole secondary. They've done a fine job with keeping this Giants passing attack really at bay. 3rd and 8 now, 6:39 to go. Ball at the left hash mark at the 43-yard line for Sequoias and their own side of the field. Here's Villarreal with the snap. Takes the pressure in, and he cannot go anywhere. Nainoa Keahi coming through the line of scrimmage to make the sack there. Drops it back down to the 31-yard line. Loss of 12 on that one. And my goodness, this College of the Sequoias offense continuing to struggle to put anything on the board, and they will send back out the punt team once again. And so Mesa back out to punt once again for College of the Sequoias. There is the snap. Sends this one away. Crankfield back to return, but he's going to let this one roll once again. Good bounce there for College of the Sequoias. It'll be down at the 29. A flag comes in towards the end. They bounded at the 29-yard line, and interestingly enough, just as the flag was flying in, Lewis Martin was putting his hands up going, hey, what was the flag for this time? And some of the Shabo coaches are pointing back to the College of the Sequoias side of the field saying, hey, the flag was on them. Of course, we will await to see what the official word is. And here's the official word from our referee, Justin Bigler. And it looks to be offsides on Shabo. And a personal foul on Shabo. So 2 penalties against Shabo, which is a little conspicuous considering the timing of the flags, but that is the official call. He can't overshadow another win for that Shabo College defense. They have done a fine job tonight, especially providing pressure on quarterback Gus Villarreal, who is not quite having the same type of week that he had back in week 1. And so with that personal foul, Shabo will start at their own 15-yard line. With 5:38 left to go. They have 85 yards to traverse down the field for another touchdown. It's already a 5-score game to begin with, but they'd love to put this further out of reach. It would be a nice statement win here at their home opener. Here's Akaka with the snap. Handoff to Broussard around right tackle. Fights forward to the 19-yard line, and he was tackled down there by Corleone Peters. All-league selection at defensive tackle just a season ago. And so 4-yard gain there by Broussard makes it 2nd and 6. You mentioned we've talked about Broussard a couple of times. He's been carrying the load primarily because a lot of injuries affecting the running back position for Shabo. So now they're looking to just run the clock down. 8 seconds left on the play clock. We're past the 5-minute mark here in the third. Back in the pistol formation, here's Akaka. Handed off to Broussard once again, this time around the left side. And doesn't get much further beyond the 20-yard line. And the tackle made by Judah Ruckman, the sophomore linebacker. Haven't called his name a whole lot. Ruckman, one of those guys who had a solid game last week in the home opener. He had 13 total tackles and 2 sacks, but he's been rendered relatively moot tonight. So getting to the 21-yard line, it's now 3rd and 4 for Shabo. They'd love to continue this drive so they can run some more clock off. Here is Akaka on the play action. He's got Wright down the near sideline. Bang to the 45. Wright could not stay in bounds beyond that, but he does get to the Sequoia side of the field. But how about that pump fake and the double move by Tanner Wright? He has continued to impress tonight. Another big first down for Shabo as he will be marked out of bounds at the College of the Sequoias 46. Look at that play fake there. The pump fake by Akaka. Wright had it there and could not tightrope that sideline enough because I'll tell you what, if he did, that was his 3rd touchdown tonight for sure. Clock stops at 3:49 here, and now they start running the clock again as they've set up the chains for another first down. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Tanner Wright has had quite a coming out party here tonight on the offensive side of the ball. Here's the snap to Broussard to the right side of the line. Gets to the 45-yard line and with forward progress. gains 1 yard on the play, but is pushed backwards by that Sequoias defensive line. But 1 yard for Broussard, all said and done. So it's now 2nd and 9 from the College of the Sequoias 45-yard line. You can see Shabo taking their time here on the Sequoia side of the field. They're running down the clock as much as they can. 2:48 and counting here. 2nd and 9 coming up. Snap goes to Akaka. Handoff to Broussard once again, and can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And tackle made by Marcus Moran, the starting linebacker. It will officially be marked as a 2-yard loss, so we'll go back to the College of the Sequoias 47-yard line. Once again, you can see Chabot just taking their time. Here's the snap to Akaka, 3rd and 11. Going down the field this time, going deep, and it is caught inside the 10-yard line. And a great catch there by Richard Washington down the far sideline inside the 10-yard line. Another first down for Chabot. So it'll be a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line for Chabot. Clock continues to run, 1:51 to go. And Chabot really licking their chops here as they get ever so closer to that end zone. Crankfield wide to the left here in this formation. They give it to Broussard. He plunges right through the right side. Touchdown for Chabot. Broussard plunges through from 3 yards out. It's now 37-0 Chabot. 1:28 left here in the 3rd. Extra point here coming up for Cervantes. It's been fairly busy tonight. Snap is a little low, but they were able to corral that. The kick is up and good. So with 1:28 left to go, it is all Chabot tonight in this home opener here in Hayward. 38-0 lead over College of the Sequoias. Let's give a quick look at that touchdown run by Broussard. See the little cut to the left side as he ran through around right tackle. Nicely done there by the sophomore running back. And it is all smiles and all cheers here on the Chabot side of the field. Meanwhile, for across the way for our counterparts at Visalia, kind of have to wonder, well, you have to go back to the drawing board a little bit because that win over Feather River seems like a while ago. Cervantes ready to send this one away. Lines this one up. It's a pretty decent boot here to the 4-yard line, and that looks to be Jones there on the return. But what coverage there by the Chabot special teams unit. They had been on it from the word go, and that was Coleman Jones on the return. He is tackled at the 18-yard line, and that's where College of the Sequoias will take over. 1:21 left here in the 3rd. And really at this point, it has been a very frustrating night at all phases of the game. I'm going to mark him at the 17-yard line, it looks like. Here's Villarreal, shotgun snap. And off to Green across the 15-yard line once again, and it goes to the 19. And tackle was made by Jeremiah Famore. Just making the stop there. So a 1 yard gain there makes it 2nd and 9. Here's the snap to Villarreal, trying to go to Green in the flat, and it went off of his helmet, it looked like. Pass was a little bit too high, so that is incomplete. So the incompletion makes it 3rd and 9, and just a little bit of a note for you with the injury to Alex Lopetti. He is most likely out for the game. Chris Alivianu has now stepped in at defensive tackle, so he will see some snaps there for the rest of the evening. Third and 9 now, 43.7 seconds to go at their own 18-yard line for College of the Sequoias. Here is a snap to Villarreal. Looking to his right. The pass was deflected at the line of scrimmage. It is incomplete. And it looks like Kiahe was the one who got a hand on it. Pass was intended for Drake Benno. And so 4th down and 9. Out comes the punt team once again for College of the Sequoias. So a 3 and out for Shabo as their defense continues to look solid. It is Mesa with the punt. And this time it's going to be Darrell Wells who will be back to return this one for Shabo. Wells back at the 48-yard line near midfield around the Shabo logo at the 50. Here is Mesa, line drive kick. Wells is going to track this one down. He's going to watch it bounce and roll out of bounds to the College of the Sequoia sideline, and it's going to be marked at the 42-yard line for Shabo on their side of the field, and that is where they will take over. And really for tonight for Shabo, this has been a way to get the bad taste out of their mouth from that very difficult loss in week 1 against Shasta, 26-3. What better way to get things going as a home opener that has gone according to plan? And so for Shabo, we're going to get our first look at Qiyam Islam. He's going to get his first snaps here at quarterback. So Chase Akaka will most likely spend the rest of the night on the sideline. Here's the first snap, and it's to Islam. And Broussard's going to bounce this one to the left side, gets to the 45-yard line, falls forward to the 49, and actually that's not Broussard, I beg your pardon. That's Vince Larson on the carry. So Vince Larson on his first carry, looking very good. Gets to the 48-yard line, a gain of 6 on that play, so 2nd and 4 coming up. With 6 seconds left here in the quarter, that is how the third quarter will end here in Hayward. All smiles going around here on the Gladiator sideline and on this side of the field. And after 3 quarters of play, Shabo in complete control, 38-0 over College of the Sequoias. Fourth quarter action coming up from Hayward, California on NorCal Sports TV right after this. Welcome back to Hayward. Fourth quarter action here at Chabot College. It is all Chabot Gladiators tonight, 38-0 over College of the Sequoias. Philip Kern here on the call for NorCal Sports TV. Glad you're able to join us tonight on this very warm September evening here in the East Bay. But the Chabot College offense and defense really has been on fire tonight. There's a snap to Islam. It's going to be to Larson once again. To the call to the Sequoia 45 and breaks through a couple of tackles. Look at that tough running there by Vince Larson. Gets to the 42-yard line, a first down for Shabo. And really for all the question marks that Shabo had, especially with all the injuries they had after week one, I have to tell you, Joseph Broussard and Vince Larson with these past couple of carries, they've availed themselves quite well. But unfortunately, there was a penalty at the end of that play. And it looks like it's a spot foul there, so they will back up Chabot just a bit. All the way back to their own side of the field. They will put the ball down at their own 38. So this now becomes a 2nd and 14 for Chabot. 14:49 left here as we just begin the fourth quarter of play. And another flag comes in as the ball is snapped. And a false start for Chabot. And they'll back them up 5 yards. So back to the Chabot 33 they go. It's now 2nd and 19. Quick scoring recap for you. It's been all Chabot throughout the entire night. They got things started with a Alejandro Cervantes field goal from 30 yards out. And we'll give you the rest here after this play. 2nd and 19 from their own 33. Islam takes the snap. It's a bit high, but here is Larson around the right side of the line. And it's tackled at the 39-yard line, so gain of 6 on that play. Makes it 3rd and 13. Later on that first quarter, Chase Akaka would connect with Allen Riggins on a 52-yard touchdown pass to make it 10-0. Later on into the second quarter, it would be Akaka to Tanner Wright for a 34-yard touchdown. Would make it 17-0. And then later on in the second half, it would be Akaka to Wright once again for 45 yards to make it 24-0. And then just in the third quarter alone, Akaka would connect with Harris for a 24-yard touchdown. Here is the snap to Islam, and now they'll give it to Larson across the 40, to the right hash mark to the 44, and to the 45-yard line at that. So 5-yard gain on that one, but not anywhere close to a 4th down, and so Chabot will send out the punt team. And so that Akaka pass to Harris made it a 31-0 advantage. And then before the third quarter was over, it was Joseph Broussard from 3 yards out to the right side of the line, which made it 38-0, which is where we stand now. So Chase Akaka is back out to punt this one away. And that is Bobby Peel, who will return this one for a call to the Sequoias. A couple minutes have gone by here in the fourth. Akaka with a very shallow punt. This is not going to go anywhere close to Peel. It takes a somewhat decent bounce for Chabot, but it will be down at the 31-yard line. And so call to the Sequoias will take over there. Of course, don't forget, folks, we will have the player of the game interview after the conclusion of tonight's game. Our player of the game sponsored by FitPro GO. We've got a lot of candidates to choose from the Chabot side of things, that's for sure. 1st and 10 now for a call to the Sequoias. As the pass is complete to Pena. It's across the 40-yard line to the 41. And tackle was made by Najee Rushing for Chabot, so a lot of the starters are getting a bit of a rest here for the Gladiator defense. And so a 10-yard completion to Pena makes it a 1st down. The chains hadn't quite moved yet, but now they have done what they're supposed to do. Villarreal takes the snap, going deep down the field again this time towards the middle. Bounces off the hands of Jean-Louis over at the far sideline, incomplete. A flag comes in very late at the end. And Jakazi Duro can't believe the call. They're starting to wonder what that play call was, what that penalty call was, and Duro trying to make the case that his jersey was held on to by Marc Jean-Louis. And so it looks like they're going to call that a dead ball penalty. So they will move the ball up to Chabot territory at the 44-yard line. So another 1st and 10 here for College of the Sequoias. 12-17 left to go here. 4 wide receivers set up here for College of the Sequoias. Villarreal rolls to his right. Looks to the far sideline. It is complete to Allen at the 35. And he steps out of bounds to stop the clock. A 9-yard gain for College of the Sequoias. Now makes it 2nd and 1. So all in told, if you are a Chabot follower or an alumni, you have to be pretty pleased with what you've seen both on offense and defense. So all things stand and may look to even their record at 1-1 tonight. 2nd and 2 officially from the 36 of Chabot. Villarreal drops back once again, rolls to his left this time, and he finds his receiver. That is Wharton in the flat to the 20. More than enough for a 1st down. Bounces off a tackler to the 10, inside to the 9-yard line. And Miguel Wharton doing some nice work there out in the flat. Duro makes the tackle there for Chabot, but is now a 1st and goal situation for College of the Sequoias. Coming up on 11 and a half minutes left here in this 4th quarter. By far one of the best drives that College of the Sequoias had this entire night. Here is Villarreal in the shotgun. Empty backfield, looks to his left, goes for the end zone. Back shoulder throw, and Pena cannot make the catch, rushing on the coverage there at the near corner. So the clock stops at 11:15. It's now 2nd and goal. Chabot looking to keep their shutout alive here while College of Sequoia is trying to get some points on the board for the first time tonight. Empty backfield once again. Villarreal with the snap. Looking to the middle of the field this time, and in and out of the hands of his receiver. That was Jean-Louis in the back of the end zone, and that was Wells on the coverage. He stayed with him step for step. So it's now 3rd and goal. Clock stops at 11:11. College Sequoia is coming out in a 5-wide formation, empty backfield. Bryson Allen wide right on this formation here. Villarreal with the snap. Looks to Allen's way. It's a fade route. Goes up for it. He cannot make the catch. And good coverage there by C.J. Crowell, who was putting the coverage on Bryson Allen. And so with 4th down and goal to go, 11:05 to go, and a flag comes in right at the end, actually well after the play was over. And they're pointing in Chabot's direction. And Crowell is in disbelief. I think he just got word that the penalty's on him. Oh, we're about to get word on what the flag was. It is on Shabo. And they have ejected Crowell from the game.
So I presume he means it's a dead ball on the sportsmanlike. What number? I presume it's 29 because he was the one who was celebrating after the breakout.
Actually, it's not Crowell. I beg your pardon. It's Jacasey Duro who's been officially kicked out of this game. Well, that is quite an interesting call. I'll just put it that way. And what's interesting, too, is just how late that flag came in. You could probably understand if Duro is a little upset. So just got an explanation here that it is a dead ball foul, and so that is why Duro has been ejected from the game. And so it remains 4th and goal. Actually, no, they've given him a first down now. So it is 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Here's a snap to Villarreal. New set of downs going towards the near corner of the end zone for Allen. And he's got it into the end zone. It's a touchdown for College of the Sequoias from 4 yards out. And the goose egg has been officially dropped by College of the Sequoias here. So Villarreal to Allen from 4 yards out. It's now 38-6 Chabot. And so Dominic Hernandez, who missed a field goal all the way back in the first quarter from 31 yards out, he will attempt this extra point. Here is the snap. The kick is on the way. It is good, and that's actually Omar Mesa who kicked the point after, so correction on that one. And it is no good on the kick. And so with 10:59 to go after all that, College of the Sequoias finally gets on the board, but they missed the extra point, so special teams not exactly working like they had hoped tonight. Now 38-6 with 10:59 to go here in the game. And so Dominic Hernandez is ready to kick this one away for College of the Sequoias. Marlon Torrance is back with Darrell Wells to return this kick for Chabot. Here is Hernandez. Boots this one away. This is going to be to Torrance at the 12-yard line, and he will bring this out. Torrance to his right, crosses the 20 to the 25, gets a block to the 30, and brought down to the 32-yard line. So a pretty good return there for Marlon Torrance. One of the Chabot players is asking for a flag at the end. He probably thought there was a late hit. But the Chabot offense takes over now. 10:49 to go here in this game, as they start at their own 32-yard line. So a 20-yard return from Torrance as the offense takes the field. Now Islam back on the field for more snaps here. Amari Tidwell is in the backfield with him, and he gets the first handoff, gets across the 35-yard line. Some good, tough running there by Tidwell to the 39. So a 7-yard gain to start there for Tidwell. 10:33 and counting here. It looks like they're playing musical chairs here with the running backs. Vince Larson checks back in for Chabot. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 coming up here for Chabot. They need to get to their own 42 for another first down. Really, as of right now, all Chabot is worried about is running down as much clock as they can. Back in the pistol once again. Larson takes the handoff. Runs off one tackler, but he was stopped dead in his tracks, and the Sequoia defensive line was ready to pounce on him. Noah Wright was able to bring him down for the tackle. Ends up being a loss on the play, going back to the 36-yard line, so loss of 3. So now it becomes a 3rd and 6 with that 3-yard loss. And now it's Tidwell back in the game here with Islam in the backfield. Shabo still taking their time. 9.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th. Center receiver in motion, and that's going to prompt a flag. And it's going to be a false start. They sent Jakari Wilson in motion, but as soon as he went across the line of scrimmage, that's when the flag came in. And so with that penalty, back them up about 5 yards more. Now back to their own 31-yard line. 3rd and 11 upcoming here for Chabot. Tidwell in the backfield with Islam. And more flags come in as Wilson was getting ready to go in motion from right to left. And they're going to flag him for a false start, so this now becomes a 3rd and 16. I'll tell you this much, looking at the film, if you're the Chabot coaching staff, it's definitely going to be a lot to work on before their matchup next week when they go on the road to San Joaquin Delta College. Third and 16 now. Wilson in motion again. This time the handoff is going to be a direct run by Islam. He goes to the 29-yard line and is tackled right there as the play is over. And that was Cervantes making the tackle, and so out comes the punt team once again for Chabot. It's going to be a 3 and out. So didn't get a chance to chew up as much clock as they would like, but when College of the Sequoias gets the ball back, it should be around a little around 7:45 left, I would estimate. And so Akaka is ready to punt this one away. And here is the punt. It's skied up. And it's going to bounce around just a little bit. It's going to take a favorable College of the Sequoias bounce. And that was Hughes, who was back to return this one for College of the Sequoias. They will down it at the 41-yard line, which is where the Giants offense will take over. And once again, want to remind you that we will have an interview with our FitPro GO player of the game. Meantime, it's the Giants offense back on the field, 1st and 10. And a pass to the near sideline. It is complete to Josh Williams. And that pass was by Jaden Pineda. We saw him a little bit early on in the first half. But now he is back in as it appears that College of the Sequoias is just going to let their backups get some work in here. Overall, a tough night for Gus Villarreal. There's a snap. It's a run play across the right side, outside of right tackle. He tackled at the Giants sideline there, as that was Devin Jones who had the carry, but it was enough for a first down as he takes it to the Chabot 46. So either way, it will be a first down. Clock continues to run, 6:45 and counting in this one. Here is the snap to Pineda. Steps up in the pocket, rolls to his right. He's going to take this one himself across the 45 to the 40. Steps out of bounds at his own sideline to the 39. To a gain of 8 on that one, makes it 2nd and 2. Clock continues to run here, 6:14 to go. 4 wide receivers here with Pineda in the backfield. Here is the snap, and it is a tackle in the backfield. What pursuit right there by Shabo. By the Shabo defender. That was Alfonso Mitchell who made the tackle in the backfield. And Devin Jones once again making the carry for College of the Sequoias. So Mitchell with a nice stop. A good tackle for a loss there for his defensive teammates. And most importantly, the clock continues to run. Neither team using a timeout here in this half, and really it's self-defeating as to why they would. 3rd and 5 now. Here is the snap to Pineda. The blitz is coming. Pineda rolls to his right. Has to throw this one to the sideline. It is incomplete and out of bounds. It really didn't have much in the way of time to get set up for his reads. So I think Pineda was just happy to get that ball out of his hands. Clock stops at 5:20 to go here in the 4th. Of course, College of the Sequoias keeping their offense on the field to go for this one. They need to get to the Chabot 37 for a first down. Want to try to get a little bit more into this deficit here. Pineda in the shotgun takes the snap. Feels the pressure coming and cannot escape. Mitchell once again comes through. He gets the sack, and it's a turnover on downs, and the Chabot defense once again continues its impressive run tonight. Here you see the pressure coming in, and Mitchell just making a bit of a swim move around that tackle and really got to Pineda. Nicely done there by Alfonso Mitchell. And as a result, Chabot will actually get the ball at the Sequoia 45-yard line. 5:14 remaining here in this one. You can bet they're probably going to run the ball a lot more to run this clock out. Tidwell is back in the game, in the backfield with Islam. We've been seeing pretty much him the entire 4th quarter. And there's some confusion here at the line of scrimmage, so a timeout being called by Chabot. First timeout being used by either team. This broadcast of Chabot football is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Go Gladiators. American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms. Locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp, overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls, coming summer 2020 to Sonora, California. Go to www.norcalsportstv.com/camp for more details. And as the offense takes the field, they will have a new set of downs, 1st and 10. Had to use a timeout after a confusion based on personnel here. Here is the snap. It's going to be an end around. Getting almost to the 40-yard line, and that was Jakari Wilson on the carry on the end around. Flags come in all over the place, and we have some extracurriculars here on the Chabot sideline. Some of the Chabot college players and College of the Sequoias are jawboning with each other a little bit, and you can probably tell a lot of frustration seeping over for the Giants tonight, only putting up 6 points after such an impressive showing in this first week. And a lot of flags coming in towards the end here as it appears that we have a Chabot player who is injured. And seeing all the Chabot players take a knee right now. I'm trying to make sense of what's going on. Not sure if somebody was injured or what, but all of a sudden a lot of the Chabot players have taking a knee here. And what's also interesting to note that Ernesto Ponce, who just got up from a knee, was limping a little bit towards the sideline as well. And so a lot to sort out here after the tackle was made on Wilson. And a lot of frustration seeping over for College of the Sequoias. They've turned the ball over plenty of times. It was the 3 interceptions from their starting quarterback, Gus Villarreal. And then, of course, the extracurricular activity on the Chabot sideline towards the end. And all the flags came flying out. And even a hat. They ran out of flags. They had to use one of the officials had to use his hat. And so we got a personal foul on Shabo. And another dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Shabo. Another dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Shabo. So that's 3 right there. And 1 dead ball, unsportsmanlike on College of the Sequoias. So we got some offsetting penalties. And after all that, it looks like the ball will stay at the same spot. So it just remains 2nd and 10 after we had that parade of flags at the end. So all those penalties offset after all that. All the flags getting picked up, and referee Justin Bigler is talking to some of the Chabot coaches, explaining what's going on. And some of the Chabot coaches are kind of pleading their case because with all that, it was 3 penalties on Chabot compared to 1 for College of the Sequoias. And now what I'm seeing here is the ball's getting backed up to the 40-yard line. So back them up 15 yards. So this will be a 1st and 25 here for Chabot. 5:06 remaining here as the clock rolls once again. And the ball gets through Islam's hands, and they had to fall on it in the backfield, unfortunately. That was Frank Gallios who had to fall onto that one, and it's another loss of yards on the play. So back them up once again to the 27-yard line. So it now becomes a 3rd and 38. Wow. So a loss of 13 on that bobbled snap there. And after all said and done, the clock continues to run, 4:14 and counting. Here is Islam in the backfield. Bobbles the snap once again, has to pick it up himself. Dives forward to at least the 30-yard line to salvage some yardage after that. But, of course, it's another 3 and out for Chabot after all that. So out comes the punt team. And Akaka's night truly is done because even though he wasn't playing offense, he was still punting the ball away. But this time, it's going to be Alejandro Cervantes who's going to handle the punt duties. And Devin Jones will be back to return for College of the Sequoias. 3.5 minutes and counting here until we wrap things up here from Hayward. Cervantes boots this one away. Jones takes a look at it, waves it off for a fair catch. What a bounce there for Chabot as it lands over his head. And it lands inside the 20-yard line. Good coverage there for the Chabot special teams unit. And this will be at the 12-yard line, and that is where College of the Sequoias will take over. 3:09 remaining here in this game. And so for College of the Sequoias, they're going to have a short memory about this game because next week they will go up to College of the Siskiyous for another road game. So they will definitely need to put this one on the back burner. Pineda back in here for College of the Sequoias. It's a handoff up the middle. Going right in between the hash marks there. And that was Drake Benno with the handoff up the middle there. So a gain of 3 for Benno on that carry. Now makes it 2nd and 7 for College of the Sequoias. Pineda with the snap, rolls to his right. Tries to go down the far sideline and cannot make the connection there. And so it is incomplete. It now makes it 3rd down and 7. Clock does stop at 2:29 left. Four wide receivers out again on this formation. Josh Williams wide to the left. Pineda finds his man at the far sideline. That was Matthew Manoz. Gets to the 25-yard line at least. Either way, it's enough for a first down there for College of the Sequoias. And so that does move the chains. 2:12 and counting to go until we wrap things up here in Hayward. Pineda with 3 wide to his right. That is Devin Jones with the carry. Stays in between the hash marks. Gets to the 27-yard line. Gain of 2. And tackle was made by Yaheem Brown. Seeing some snaps here on defense. Coming up on the final 1 minute and 40 seconds here on this one. Here on NorCal Sports TV. Brown with the carry around the right side. Tries to get to the edge. Gets to the 30. And gets out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So Devin Jones getting a little bit of a look here at running back as we get to the tail end of this fourth quarter. This now makes it 3rd and 4. With him getting out of bounds, 1:29 left. Snap to Pineda. Here is Jones around the right side. Slips his way to the 35-yard line. Gets out of bounds once again to the 36. And that's going to be another first down for the Giants. And so Shabo will have some substitutions here on defense. One of the notable ones, Carlos Varela, will check in at the defensive line. Here is the snap to Pineda in the shotgun to the far sideline. It's complete to his receiver at the line of scrimmage, and not much else beyond that. Tyrese Temple was immediately met once he made the catch. And the tackler was Kimohola Holt-Mossman. No gain on that play. Makes it 2nd and 10. Coming up on the final minute of play here in Hayward. Pineda takes it himself. Goes along the right hash mark there to the 37-yard line and not much further. 43 seconds left on this one. He was able to get to the 38-yard line and not much further. So we'll give him a 4-yard gain on that one. 3rd and 6 now, 28 seconds left. Most likely the final play of the game. If they keep the ball on the ground, of course, which they do. Bino to the right side, gets to the 45-yard line. Actually, they'll mark him at the 44, about a yard short. Actually, they'll give him forward progress. It will be a first down. So they stop the clock for a brief moment so the chains can move, and now they have started the clock once again. 12 seconds left. And it appears that that will be it. Both teams going to their sidelines, and this is going to be the end of it here at Chabot College in Hayward. Your final 38-6 for the Chabot College Gladiators. Don't go away. We are going to have our FitPro GO Player of the Game interview. So don't go away. More to come on NorCal Sports TV from Chabot College in Hayward right after these words.
Oh, stop it, bro.
All right, there we're going.
Thank you, bro.
All right, welcome back to NorCal Sports TV. You just saw Chabot College defeat College of the Thank you. College of the Sequoias by a final of 38-6. One of the big reasons why is quarterback Chase Akaka, 4 touchdown passes tonight. One of the big reasons why Chabot was able to get into the win column tonight. They even their record at 1-1. Chase, good performance tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so what I want to ask you about first is it was a good way to come back after that season opening loss against Shasta. So just looking back from last week to now, What do you think was the biggest difference overall?
I feel like we just played as a team, played as a brotherhood. You know, the line stepped up, the receivers did their assignments, caught the ball, did what they could do, and we came out with the dub. That's it.
So one thing I really noticed as well, because the offense only put up 3 points, how important do you think it was to get out to a good start like you guys did tonight? 10 points in the first quarter and really taking control at the end of the first half.
It's very important. It was very important to us because, you know, last game we didn't put up any points and the offense didn't do so well, so we had to come out there and do our thing. We just played Chabot football. That's it, and that's what got us there.
And something else, too, what I noticed is that your connection with Tanner Wright was especially impressive. 2 touchdowns, they were both big plays. What do you think was the difference? Because I know you guys played together last year, but how do you think the offseason work did in order to develop that chemistry between you and him over the offseason?
The offseason, I mean, he's from Hawaii, so, you know what I mean, coming from Hawaii, both of us, you know, we're going to rep Hawaii as hard as we can. So, and, you know, it wasn't just a me and him kind of thing. It was a team effort. The team did their stuff. And, you know, as long as we play together, play for each other, we'll be fine.
And finally, got to let you go with this question here. There were a lot of injuries that you guys were dealing with leading up to this week, both at running back and at wide receiver as well. So how important do you think it was to get this win with relying on guys that normally wouldn't see snaps tonight, but a lot of them did come through in big ways tonight. So how big do you think that was for not just for tonight, but the team's confidence as a whole?
It was very big. You know what I mean? The second string stepped up. You know, the injured people, they'll be back next week, hopefully. So hopefully we're all 100% from there, and we'll do our thing as well.
Chase Akaka from Chabot College, a final 38-6 over College of the Sequoias. Chase, great job tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that will wrap things up here from Hayward. Thank you for watching us on NorCal Sports TV. We will see you in just a couple of weeks where we will be back here in Hayward. Have a good night.